Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's get into the daily market recap, starting with top ops and playbook trades from today. I feel like Walmart was one of the better opportunities we've seen in quite a while for a few reasons. I would consider a top op that I did log in the top ops database. I've started to do a write-up in there, which you can check out. The link is in the small account channel. The big picture on Walmart here is we have previous all-time highs at 105. We got close to testing that here in August and then briefly broke above. So official all-time highs at about 106. But we created a pretty big wick here, rejected and turned lower. And price has just been kind of consolidating here sideways leading into today. So then we get this catalyst with OpenAI, which has become a theme within a narrative within the overall theme. So we have AI obviously as a major theme this year. And then within that theme, there's a narrative shift being created here with OpenAI in particular, cutting deals with AMD, AVGO, and so on and so forth. A lot going on. I put out a post earlier with some of the other deals that OpenAI has recently done. Now Walmart struck a deal with them and we got this news in around the time we were prepping for the open. So not a lot of structure to trade the pre-market. So I didn't think that the opening drive was available, which as you can see, didn't really do anything super clean here. Maybe a little bit of an aggressive give and go, but overall not a whole lot to do here off the open. But once we see this hold structure really nicely and break above that opening high, that was an opportunity for an entry long into that previous all-time high area at 105. And then we spent some time basing over an hour to just below validating that 105 area and its significance. So once that had tested, you have the catalyst at your back. We broke out over that and there's really you start to enter into price discovery, especially once you get over 106. And this is a good example of a momentum trade where you have a very defined key spot with a strong stock and you're looking to just bar trail. So I like to use a 5-bar trail on trades like this, which if you did, the risk reward is extremely good. So you're risking literally like 20 cents before you would 5-bar trail at about 106.60. So really, really nice opportunity. And then even after that, you had a bit of a nice reset here that created a last leg up into the close. Walmart, really, really good. One to study and review for sure. And then ASTS, not upset missing Walmart because I was focused on another very strong name and good stock selection with ASTS. So this one, a big picture is the reason for the selection. So I talked about this on the recap a little bit yesterday. And what stood out to me in particular is this slope. We've not really stretched too much. And anytime you have a very strong sector or area of the market that is leading, a lot of people will, make the mistake of thinking, okay, this is up too much, so it needs to pull back. And, that can be true, but it's timing that is important when it comes to trading, right? That can be true 6 months from now. It could be true tomorrow. It could be true a year from now after these run another 1,000% or something, right? Anything is possible. And so, you have to be very cautious with that. And one of the key with that mindset, so one of the key things that you want to look for that is a sign of reversion is price getting a bit asymptotic. So if you see the slope accelerating very, very quickly and the ranges start to expand, then that's a sign that you will likely get the rubber band kind of stretch back. And we haven't seen that. So the point is we have a strong area of the market volatility is present and is selling off, and this didn't really sell off. What could be considered a risk on area of the market not selling, and then the market starts to bounce. What do you think is going to happen with leaders? Leaders are going to continue to do what they've been doing. Oklo is another great example of this. That was the big picture reason for the selection. I still feel like this has room to go until you see bigger signs of a reversion, which we have yet to see. Going into today, looking for a way to get involved with the setup on the lower time frame, I basically just traded this red to green move. So we had, this make a first move down at the open and then a really nice turn here that trapped the pre-market lows. You don't really have much structure, so opening drive's not really available, and it's also more or less day 2 from yesterday or just technical. On this red to green move, went long. We ended up dipping initially, which had me a little bit hesitant, but then buyers stepped in and reacted really nicely around the VWAP, and then we just continue to move higher. So this was a really, really good opportunity. If you missed the red to green move, I felt like this was another spot to get long, where this prior day high at 92 created some form of consolidation. You get a decent sell here as well. That got quickly bought back up. So this is just giving you, confidence that buyers are staying in control. And then where do you have to go once you clear that? You're completely in price discovery, and the market is also heavily aligned, and you're aligned with a market leader. So I can't stress enough why this is important to align with the leaders in the market, because they're more likely going to see a bigger range than just a regular stock today. If you're just trading something random, the odds that you get kind of caught up in a mediocre move are much, much more elevated than if you stick with something that is leading clean and very strong. All right, so that's ASTS. And then lastly, Oklo I thought was very good. And if there's other setups, guys, that you felt were, playbook worthy, please let me know. We have this database that I fill out every day, regardless of if I took the trade or not, just as a way to build pattern recognition. So if you have seen a play, or even there's a concept play that might not be in my playbook, I'm more than happy to start tracking that in there so we can begin to monitor it. Big picture, same kind of story as ASTS in terms of, it staying very, very strong and kind of in control for buyers. This looks like it's set up for a nice run to 200, but yesterday created a really good opportunity. We capitalized on that trade with a nice win on options, but then today it also set up another op. This one I called out but didn't take. We had a nice failed breakdown at this 161.41 level. It's also a failed breakdown of the pre-market structure. And then once you put in a little bit of consolidation here, a breakthrough and turn above the opening highs, I mentioned could see a very quick move, at least to the prior day high, which was 175.90, which as you can see perfectly tested here. We did respect that and sell a bit, but the dip was bought and we just got bought up to new highs. So again, when the market stays strong, something like ASTS, Oklo are going to be great selection for you to align with winners and really capture a lot more move than something else.